but we like to keep it very open.
And he was saying success is doing what you love, how you love, and with whom you love.
It's always happening something here in the city.
There's always this kind of journey that she wants you to go.
The music scene here is very...
Hello everyone, I'm sitting here with Loba, group from Lisbon, Portugal, now based in Berlin. Welcome to our kitchen.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You just played a really nice song for us. What song was it? Can you give the name?
Yeah, Rosas e Vinho, meaning roses and wine.
Roses and wine, because it's like half Portuguese, half English.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And since we're in a kitchen and it was a bit about wine, what kind of food suits the mood of the song that you just played?
Definitely vegan, because we are absolutely plant-based.
Yes, we are.
But what would be the dish?
Maybe a seitan with potatoes in the oven. Yes.
Yeah.
With a glass of red wine.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good, actually. Do you have like a signature dish that you like to make together or alone or for each other?
Yes,
or?
I would say that seitan.
Yes,
my recipe.
it's his signature.
A lot of onions and garlic and Portuguese way of doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you do it?
Olive oil, garlic, onions.
Mm-hmm.
We call it refogado. It's mixing up everything and then put the seitan, potatoes in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, lots of condiments and yeah.
It was our dinner yesterday, so we still have the feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a recipe I should try to make.
You should.
Because you're from Portugal, you moved here like a year ago, right? Is that when Loba started, or did that already exist in Portugal? Can you give me a bit about the background?
Yeah, it had like Loba as a kind of a character emerged, I think, 1 year before we came to Berlin, but it was something that I was doing alone. It started just as a character through which I could speak some things. And then it appeared as a project or a musical thing so like 2-3 months before we came to Berlin.
Yeah.
We had some proposals of performances there and we had nothing. And I was like, do you want to join me? Should we do something with my poetry? And then it just appeared. We had like 3 concerts in Portugal and we moved to Berlin. So yeah, it developed here. Like it's here that she exists here.
Were you already making music in Portugal?
Yeah, we are making music together for 10 years, I would say.
Yeah,
we had a band for a long time in Portugal, touring there, releasing albums. We are very used to play with each other.
What kind of style were the bands then? Was it like similar to what you're doing now, or?
No, not at all. Like a full band with 6 people, more blues, rock, jazz, funk, soul, mixture of things. Very, like we were younger. Like that's a nice way to describe it.
Okay.
We were younger, like rock and roll life, and so no, not the same vibe. But it wasn't a really important background for us to have to develop all these things, and then the band split it. And just the 2 of us. Yes, bands do. And we emerged from it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the way you describe it on social media, it's always like we bring Loba to something. Like what does Loba mean for you? It sounds more like an entity or like a universe kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
You are a very attentive person.
Yeah.
No, it is definitely... we've seen it. We talked a lot about it, how Loba came. It's not me, it's not him. It's this thing that emerges from us working together. And we see it as a clear creature separated from us, kind of a character. And we are the vessels for it to be able to speak. And it seems to me like never before that she's really real, like separated from us. And so it's a pleasure when we get to bring her, like, and then we bring it to some place. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a mystical creature that we found together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice. How do you write these kind of songs? Because it seems like it's not really like the standard first chorus, like pop song, of course. Like how do you create these long songs?
I think everything comes for our magical rehearsal space where we open ourselves, and it comes from a lot of improvisation.
Yeah.
Almost every song, and we keep it very open, even the songs for improvisation in the middle, inside, and yeah, I think they appear from improvisations, and then we structure them and create songs or moments. Yeah.
Yeah, and the input, either it's something that Luis comes up with because he's truly creative. Like every time he has something new, it's just always creating, and or that, or I just came up with a new poem or an inspiration. So it's really like flowing. It's not, there's not a method. Sometimes it even comes from drawings. Like we had here our drawing for this one, because we open even to this other kind of flow, artistic expression. Suddenly there's a drawing, and let's go for it, and something appears. So
And
it's,
does it then start with the music usually, or with the lyrics? Like, is it more melody driven, or
It's always different, I would
it
say.
depend?
It's
Okay.
always, it depends on where appears the magic.
but many times would be, or at least for now, I would say if we had to choose one way, many times appears that we are in an improvisation, a musical thing, and then I just improvise text,
Right.
and then just afterwards it appears written or something.
And can the improvisation, can that go anywhere? Is it like, is there complete freedom also live, or do you now, when the song is finished, do you have a way to play it, for example?
I think we have cues for the songs. We know like little structures, but we like to keep it very open for new inputs, new effects, new approach for that moment. And yeah, I think it's what makes it fresh every time and different.
Yeah.
It's to not have it so structured.
And sometimes we decide for ourselves, because of course it appears that the songs that we play a lot, then suddenly they are already there, and many times we repeat, because it's almost impossible if we don't write, even if we don't write them, they exist already. And so we have this kind of a trick to, every time in a concert, we will do the same in the next one, that we have at least one moment that it's super open. So one moment that we just have kind of an atmosphere for it the day before, and then we can be free at least for this 3, 4, 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
So every time it comes this element of freedoms, and we believe that it can, then it will spread around the full performance. Yeah.
And is that improvisation also, is it just musically or also in terms of lyrics?
Also text, also lyrics.
And for the song you played now, do you have lyrics for that, or is that something that just emerges when you're doing it?
So it started as a kind of a saying, like like if it's a traditional saying or something, but it's not. I just made it up a long time ago. This uma folha a voar, duas pombas sobre o mar, quantas pedras no caminho viram rosas, viram vinho. And so this I have, because I made it up one time we were just playing a little bit a long time ago. And so I'm always repeating it and trying to explain to the people when I translate to English. So the way I say it, it's always kind of free. Yeah. But it has this thing, it's what I want to deliver. Yeah. So there's kind of a lyric. Lyrics,
Nice. And because you mix English and Portuguese, right? Is that like, do you have, is there an idea behind that? Like, is that random when you sing in which language, or like, how does that differ for you singing in those different languages?
Such a nice question. It came because of because we needed it. When we came to Berlin, we understood at first it was just Portuguese there, and then suddenly, how are we going to do this? And we started to rehearsal like this, me just trying to bring some English in, and then I discovered really something, that Loba has her own language, and it's this kind of a mixture. And to answer, it appears very fluidly, like it just comes when it needs to come, the English. In some songs, it's even more confused than this one, that I go just one word in Portuguese and then go back to English. So I think it begins to be a kind of a flow that Loba, the character, has. yeah, but started as a need, like to try to bring the people who don't speak Portuguese a little bit to the context.
And
Yeah.
will we ever see a German wolf? as Loba?
Maybe, yes.
Yes,
2 years.
yes.
We have it
Will
in
the
mind.
wolf
Yeah.
be German?
Yes, wolf. Yes, we are trying.
Yes, I think someday will appear.
Ein deutscher
Yes, yes.
Wolf.
Yeah, ein deutscher Wolf. Yes.
All right, like 1 year in, like 1 year in Berlin, like how can you describe the influence of the city on your music?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the scene, the music scene here is very rich, and it just appeared a lot of opportunities for us to share our music, even in open mics and then real full gigs. And it's always happening something here in this city. We have this feeling that even if we are not playing, we are watching a gig, we are
Yeah.
connecting to another musicians, to poets, to painters, to it's a very vivid city, I would say, that influences us a lot. Like I've been feeling much more creative here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And also the way the people receive us. Like, I don't know, we cannot really compare it because, of course, we've been for a longer time here than in Portugal, but with Loba. But I can say that the way that people welcome Loba here, like how the audience reacts and how they've been to us, it's really an influence because it nourishes our art. Every time the people are so expressive about what they feel or the trip they go through.
Yeah.
And this is what then gives us more impulses for the next and for the next.
Is the crowd very different here in comparison to Lisbon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say
It's
that,
very different.
How would you describe the Lisbon crowd?
It's a small country.
Okay.
Of course we have beautiful people there. I'm sorry, guys, like if you are listening, but
amazing musicians there. Yeah, but I think here in Berlin, people are more open to these experimental,
Yeah,
new
definitely.
things. Yeah, this kind of art that it's not so common, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have more, I don't know if, I think it's really Berlin specifically, like this openness to go and speak to us and give us this nice feedback. And there's this exchange of words and energy and I don't know, hugs happens a lot more than in Lisbon. Lisbon, people are more, or Portugal in general, more closed.
Yeah.
And for
yeah.
me, the silence on the audience,
Yeah,
it's
the silence here.
unbelievable here. Yes, it's something that we've been seeing a lot. Yeah, the quietness and the silence and the attention.
Attentive people, like really there, yeah.
Have you found any negative points about the music scene here?
Well, there's a lot of people here, so of course we start to feel we are very excited still and hopeful, but of course I'm starting to understand that there's a lot of people trying the same thing the same way, so maybe it needs a lot of work and strength. And then there's the bad side of being in this city in general. I don't know if I would say the music scene specifically, but the city, of course, it has like a very hard side.
Yeah.
And that probably affects also the music scene. Yeah.
Yeah. And in addition, I would say we are playing a lot. We cannot complain.
Yeah.
Are playing in a lot of venues, small venues, cafes, and things like that. And I think it would be a challenge to go to the next step of stages, bigger stages, and I think maybe it's kind of hard here to reach that next level of bigger stages and bigger venues with more people. Yes.
Do you, as an independent artist, how do you like define success?
That question has been a lot with us. For the
We know that it's not about money.
Yeah.
We know that.
a friend, just because now it's coming, that a friend, a very dear person, told us 2 days ago. Success is because it's always coming this, it's amazing what we are doing and it's working, but it's hard to live still and the money, blah, blah, blah. And he was saying success is doing every day, waking up and doing what you love, how you love, and with whom you love. And so I don't know. I still don't know if this is his definition, but I was very happy to hear it because then I feel very successful.
Yeah.
Definitely. And maybe you go, but in addition, I would say that success is feeling that there's a meaning in what you are doing. Like there's a clear aim to a path to go through. And yeah, I feel very much like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, and the feedback and the connections with all the audiences, I think we have been successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, the gigs are obviously a great way to interact with the audience. To get into the Loba vibe, is there any pre-gig ritual that you have? I saw some rituals happening before we just recorded the song. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Go to the
Yes.
ferry. Go ferry.
I have my crazy little things. Yes, there are many rituals and many steps in this method that I am really carrying with me, and I bring it to Luis also. But I would say, like, there are many steps, and in the creative space and creating songs, there are many things. But the most important thing to go to before a performance or a recording is definitely this clear moment of crossing a threshold to the creative space. Because many times the circumstances are not the best or are not the same as in your rehearsal room, but there must be this space that is still there, and this is an imaginary space. And so what you've seen here was just me lifting an imaginary veil and putting it behind me. And we have this we do it together normally before concerts, that we have our cross the threshold moment by holding hands and breathing, because everything can be this little cross the threshold. And then I like to do it very physically because it helps me.
Do you feel very different on stage than in real life?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think it's not as there in the stage. I think it's that Loba creature that we are being the vessels of it. So in real life, it's not about it. Yeah, we are completely different. Yeah.
Yeah. She's much more confident, and she is without hiding, as we were saying yesterday in Portuguese, ser sem esconder. Yeah, she brings something to both of us, even if it's more clear when I'm talking, and so it seems like the character is with me, but it's not. It's really an atmosphere around us.
Yeah, I do get the atmosphere. Like, how do you define the Loba sound, instrument and vocal wise, for example?
I would say very experimental, but we have been discovering these Portuguese roots in us really strong with a doof. With me also very inspired by Portuguese guitarists and Portuguese fado and everything, and we've been bringing this tradition to our experimental place.
And it's amazing because it was not intentional, as you said. It just came now, not so long ago, that we continue. We are starting to bring more and more the tradition, and on this atmosphere that we build with this clashing of the two opposites or something, there's this kind of a storytelling or holding someone who's watching through. And so it's not just a song, or so I think this also defines as the Loba, because there's always this kind of journey that she wants you to go on. Yeah.
Yeah, the songs seem to be very vertical. Like, it goes from point A to B, and it doesn't go like back to a chorus or back to a hook per se. I think the way you play guitar is obviously different than what you normally see with singer-songwriters. Your effects make it a bit shoegaze, I would say, as well.
Yes, very
And
influenced by it.
I think it's like spoken word-ish, but still like a catchy melody. So I think a lot of spoken word just becomes spoken word, but it's got like something that can get stuck in your head.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I think that's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Speaking about Portuguese artists, are there any artists that I should listen to? Because
Oh.
I know zero of them except
Yes.
you guys.
You should
We have amazing musicians.
go for
and
your
projects.
guitarist.
Yes, listen to that combo.
Yeah.
Trips, it's my big influence, I would say. Listen to Criatura.
Yes,
It's my
Criatura.
favorite project in Portugal.
They have the adoof, and they have the kind of voice. I don't know, voice collocation. I don't know how do you say it? Like
The way they use the voice, like
Yes.
intonation, kind of.
yes,
Yeah.
but also bringing from the Portuguese tradition.
Yes, they are reinventing the Portuguese tradition, I would say.
Yes. These two would be very,
Yes,
like
yes.
very good ones to start with. Go for it.
I will have a look. Is that because you said like a Portuguese way of playing the guitar? What is that for you?
I think it's hard, but I think it comes from fado, from these from the streets of Lisbon, from all the atmospheres with the sea. I don't know. It's a unique sound that, for example, Todd Trips, that Portuguese guy, he has it really present, and a lots of other guitarists. I think it's our main thing. Yeah, as per a country that has a guitar like every others, but we have that little thing.
Yeah. For the last part of this conversation, I'd like to pivot back to Berlin because we try to discover Berlin as well through the eyes of the people we talk to. Do you, after a year, have like a favorite restaurant that you like going to here in the city?
Oh yeah, we do. I was like, no, we do. Faust.
do.
No,
Yes.
yeah, of course, Faust.
Faust?
Yeah, is it how I pronounced it? Like Vaust.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes, it's
It's amazing.
yeah, it's amazing. It's quite expensive, but it's really nice. Vegan, all plant-based, but kind of trying to bring the German traditional food
dishes,
as
yeah, but vegan versions. And
yes,
really,
and it's
really
just two brothers, as I understand, like very small, and they are amazing, super nice, super kind, and the food is so good, and the wine is also vegan and nice.
good. Yes.
Yes.
Where is it?
It's also here. It's actually in Charlottenburg, I think.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
It's really close. Yeah.
That sounds
Maybe we
like
go
something we
there.
should try.
No. We need to spare.
It's been a good month with the games.
No, it hasn't.
No.
We need to save for the album, and
Yeah.
you know.
And then venues, like, is there like a favorite venue that you've played or want to play?
I think Encinaski have been receiving us
Yeah, in a beautiful
incredibly well. Yeah, we've played there a few times, and we have lots of gigs booked there. I think the work they are doing there, it's Jem, the guy. He's really doing a really nice job there, like inviting musicians, super good environment, and open to new things. Yes, it has been a good adventure with them.
Yeah, and Taller de Luis, also a very beautiful place that may be more hidden. I don't know if people know it, but it's a gallery from this artist, Luis, same name. And he's an amazing artist, like plastic painting. And then he opens the doors to make these concerts, and the atmosphere is unbelievable. Like really, wow, really quiet. And yeah, we've been there 2 times. It's a bit hard to find, but it's amazing.
What is it called?
Taller de Luis,
Kreisberg.
Okay.
like Gallery of Luis or something.
Yeah.
In Kreuzberg.
I didn't know it.
Also,
But,
800 Day. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's,
Nice.
great vibe.
Nice.
Yeah, nice people.
Nice. Yeah, if we talk again in a year, like what will have happened in your Loba universe?
We've released our album.
Yes.
This duo thing. We are going to put it in an album. We are working on it with a great friend and producer. We are starting to recording it in April. So next year,
Yeah, it will be here.
these songs will be on an album. Yes, and lots of gigs, I would say. Lots of gigs, lots of things going on. Video clips, everything. Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not sure what I would like, but maybe it would be nice to have to be kind of included in an artistic community, like a label or something like that. I'm not so sure if that's what makes people happy, but I know how much work we have. like by being everyone, you know, like the people who sends the email and does the website and blah blah blah. That's a lot. It's okay. I love Loba, so let's go.
Yeah.
But it would be so nice, like projecting now to the future, that someone would say, "Come, join us, and we will book your gigs."
Yeah.
That would be great to have next year. Please listen, universe.
Let's hope it happens.
Yes.
I think we
People.
got it. So thanks a lot for
Thank
your
you so
music
much.
Thank you.
and your words.
Thank you.
If you guys want to listen to Loba, you should. You can do it on Spotify, I think.
Yes, we have.
Follow them on Instagram.
Yes, website we have now. It's on Instagram as well. And on the website we have many things to show.
Get the newsletter.
Yes.
Yes.
And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel to learn more about the Berlin music scene.
Of course. Yes. Thank you for having
Thank you.
us.
Thank you so much.
It was really beautiful.
Yes. Thank you.